Hello, Faulty here, and welcome to the Inktober Sketchbook tour. And might I say, happy Halloween if you are in fact watching this on Halloween. So today we are just going to flip through my Inktober sketchbooks, as that is 31 days of prime ink sketching, and we're going to jump right in with day 1. So this is day 1, and the prompt for today was ring. So I did a little pumpkin ring, which is kind of speckled, just kind of start us off into something easy. Now I don't actually really like this drawing, but it was a decent way to start off. And also you may notice that half of these were filmed and put on my channel, but then only half of those were voiceovered, so this is just giving me a little bit of extra time to explain what I was thinking. So then this is day 2, which was mindless, and I actually really like this drawing. It's like simplistic but like nice enough, and of course mindless is a skull without its mind. And then day 3 was bait, and again I really like this drawing, but for a number of different reasons to the one I liked. For the reasons I liked the last one, I just love the concept of bait and baiting something in and something not being what it seemed. And yeah, it was just really fun. It's probably one of the spookiest of the drawings that I did. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed. And then day 4, sorry, I had a bit of fun with, because I wasn't really sure what I was doing. So I did a little snowflake with a little face and a little knife, as in not only is snowflake freeze because it's frozen water, but also freeze. It's kind of stupid, but I think it's really cute. And then for day 5 is build. And the concept for this kind of stemmed from an Inktober I did like 3 years ago, which was stringy and had a similar concept but of a head kind of stringed together and cut up. And it also kind of reminds me of a section from one of my favourite books when I was like 13, which is The Messenger of Fear. I'm not going to spoil it, but go read it and you'll understand. And then day 7, I want to say day 7, not entirely sure. I should get up the list, 1 second. I got up the prompt list, it's day 6, which was husky. And with this, it's kind of both like husky as in like a big husky figure, and then husky as in the dog as well. And then this was my drawing for day 7, which was enchanted, but then I hated it and gave up on it. But then I redrew the concept, and that's what it ended up looking like. I'm still not 100% happy with it, but most of the things in Inktober is just getting it done and trying to exploring different ways and the way you prefer and grow your drawing. That probably made no sense, but it made sense to me. So, and then day 8, now this is probably one of my favourites, is frail, and the concept for this I thought was just generally pretty cool. It was a skeleton, and obviously frail makes me think of like frail bones which break easily, so he's lost a leg and an arm. But he is just a skeleton, so he's probably not in the best of shape anyway. And day 9, swing. Now originally I was going to do something a bit more morbid for this, but now I was decided to go a bit cuter and do a little ghost on a swing, because it kind of reminded me of like if a swing was swinging by itself, maybe there's a little cute ghosty set on it. And then snow, day 11. Now I was pretty stumped on what to do for this, having already drawn a snowflake, but I decided just to do a little pumpkin covered in snow, and he makes a return later in this sketchbook, so keep your eye out for that. Oh, and then day 12, dragon, was also one of my favourites, just because I'd recently played a D&D game and the final boss was a skeleton dragon, so I took that opportunity to draw that, and considering I'd never drawn a dragon before, let alone a skeleton dragon, I think it turned out pretty well. Oh yeah, and then I found a spooky spider that just on my desk that I thought could spook up the sections of the sketchbook that weren't that spooky. And then day 13, Ash. Now this doesn't make a lot of sense if you don't listen to Ash, as in the band, which is one of my favourite bands, and they have an album called Islands, which is what that was based off. And day 14, which is overgrown, and I really like this drawing. It's not a style that I actually delved into much in Inktober, but it's supposed to be like an overgrown abandoned door, just creaking open just a little bit. I was half tempted to put some like spooky eyes in there, but I quite liked the tone of it without that. Takes breath. And then Legend I also really liked. Now this is quite a simplistic one, but I really like the kind of floating, kind of enchanted book kind of vibe you get from it, and the typography in this took me a while as well. And I think it was at this point that I'd stopped doing the voiceovers for the speed draws, so now you get to see my little thinking through it. Oh, and then day 16, which was wild, and I did a wild little mousey. I think I originally wanted to do like a wolf, but I thought a mouse might be a bit more interesting and a bit more unique. And then day 17 ornament, and the concept for that was kind of like a scream face on like a Roman or Greek bust statue, and again I quite like that one. And then day 18 Misfit, and whenever I think of Misfit I think of Misfits as in like the, I think it was like E4 program, and this character called Nathan who is immortal, and that's just a little drawing of him. And then day 19, which was sling, and I didn't want to do just like a normal sling, so I did a sling shooting some fire. And I think if I was to colour this, I'd make the fire on the rock like a blue. And then day 20, which was tread, and I hated the drawing, so we're not going to go into it. And then day 21, which was treasure, which is supposed to be like a bit like a trap chest, but I didn't really like it too much. And then day 22 ghost, and the concept for this was a skeleton in a ghost costume, but to be honest I kind of gave up halfway through because I wasn't really feeling it. And it was around at this point that I'd kind of not given up, but kind of lost my enthusiasm in Inktober, as some would do for having to draw for 31 days. And it was also at this point that I had forgot that I'd not rubbed out the pencil drawing from underneath the next sketch that I did, which was for Ancient, day 23. And I know it doesn't really look like much, but it was supposed to be like a spooky totem version. Oh, and this one's actually quite funny, if a bit simplistic. And this was day 24, which was Dizzy. And for this I just did a spinny chair, because at college there's this one spinny chair that we sit on if the teacher isn't using it, and it just made me giggle. And then day 25, which was tasty, so I did a lollipop dipped in some kind of acid, which probably could have been developed further, maybe with a bit more interesting stuff, but eh. And then day 26, I obviously was not having it with Inktober, because this drawing I believe took maybe like 2 minutes, but it's just some dark eyes, because day 26 concept was dark. And then day 27 was coat, so here is our little pumpkin friend. He is no longer cold and covered in snow, because he now has a coat. Incredible. No, it was at this point that it was the home stretch, and I was just like, you know what, pumpkin in a coat, you cute. Oh yeah, and I also forgot to rub out the pencil behind the next drawing as well, which was day 28. Day 28, which was ride, so I decided to draw a saddle. And I actually do quite like this drawing. Again, another simplistic one, but it's cute. I would have drawn a horse, but I don't know how to draw horses. Then day 29 was injured, so for this I did a guy with his head smashed open, well, cartoonily smashed open, and his brain spurting cartoonish blood. And then day 30, you probably seen this, and if not you should go watch it, because it is a detailed speed paint with a voiceover, which is my Coraline drawing. I'm going to sneak preview of it here, but go watch the other video, because you can see me create it and me talk about it a bit more in detail. Okay, cool, go watch it. And then finally, last but not least, day 31, which was a ripe. And for this, I was so done. I didn't want to do anything spooky, so just did a peach. So this is that little peach drawing, and you can see by my signature that I was completely done with Inktober, as that is a complete mess and doesn't even look like my signature. But this in fact does bring us to the end of Inktober, so let me know what you want me to do next in the comments below, as Inktober is over and I'm kind of out of ideas. There is other stuff in the sketchbook if you'd like to see that. let me know. But otherwise, I guess thank you for watching, and I'll see you when I next upload. Okay, bye.